Hi, good morning to all.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
So,
So just let us wait for another 5 or 10 minutes. So let the other people can join, and let us start the session. So before that, please take a notebook, calculator, pen with you. So keep it aside. So once there are three slides. So once the slides has been over, so let us go for some numericals on torque equation. So please enter your USN number in the chat. Anyone are feeling difficulty entering to the meeting? So I'll be getting some messages stating that some of them are not unable to join.
So some of them are using their personal ID, so that's been not allowed. So
Okay, so I don't know what is his name. AKASHG7676 at the rate gmail.com.
sir, Akash, sir.
Akash. So whether he is here, Akash, or do you want me to include him?
Sir,
I don't
he's
know.
from our class only, sir. Akash.
No, he is in your class only, but whether now he has joined or no, I don't know.
I'll ask him, sir.
Just you inquire him. I don't think so. He is here. No. Akshaya is here because from past 2 days he is trying to enter, but this is not allowing. But I don't know why. Okay, so let them join. Before that, I'll type some questions. So rotor resistance and reactance. Akash, now he has joined. Ranjit. See, that's what within 10 minutes, you people have to join so that it will be asking me for whether to deny or to admit. So that before going to the slides, I can admit them. So once if I go towards the slides, I cannot see the screen. So what it is happening. So whether it if people are asking for see Bhargavi, so I have to admit them. So if I am not admitting them, it is a bit difficult to join here in the class. So that's the problem. So within 10 minutes, please join, or else at least give the message. Nagavarshini left. She has given the attendance here and she left. Okay, shall we start or we have to wait? So only 38 have joined till now.
Sir, actually, just now Madhu sir left, sir. So in 5 minutes, you wait and see, sir. Now only everybody is exiting from the group, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, some of them are joining and they are leaving bit early. I don't know why. Rakesh early has joined. He has left. And one more person, Komal. Even she gave the attendance and she left.
Sir, if there's a discontinuity in the internet, also it happens. So maybe it could be that reason also.
Okay. If that is the case, we can't do anything. Say Akash ji has left the meeting. Kaustab has left.
Sir, if we shift the app also it happens, sir. Like if we keep on using it in background and use any other app, it shows left.
Okay. It's the thing they are not taking seriously. So they are joining here and again they are doing some other works. I think so. Okay, fine. So we cannot trace anything. I don't know. So how do you feel whether the online is good or regular classes are good?
Regular.
Sir, some classes are good, sir. Some classes are not good, sir.
Sir, always regular only, sir.
Say actually for programming and for other thing where there is a theory and all, so online will be better for numerical and deriving the expressions and all. It is not that much easy.
Yes, sir.
That's
The
the
numerical should have a regular class.
yes, or else just for what we'll be telling, or else you have to take a notebook and you have to be in a track. So whatever we will be telling, just you have to note down and you have to follow the steps. Or else just we'll be explaining, you'll be listening. So that's what it will be happening. For meeting and all, it is good. For proctoring, for conducting any quizzes, the online will be better. So to solve some numericals and other things, it will be a bit difficult here. Okay, so shall I go for the slides?
Yes, sir.
So do you have any doubts with respect to the previous class material regarding the torque equation? Or slip or rotor frequency? Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
So if you have any doubts, I'll clear your doubts. So or else I'll go for the other continuation. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you able to see this slide? Which
Yes,
has been
sir.
displayed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let us go for the speed torque characteristics. So which is of three modes of operation. Okay, so generally this will be called as the three mode operation. So if you see the three modes, what are the three modes? So one is the motoring mode, second is the generating mode, and third is the braking mode. So there is braking region. Okay, so we have seen the significance of slip. Okay, so what was the significance of slip? So one is during the no load condition, second one was the standstill condition, and the another one I did not tell you, that is the generating condition. Okay, and when your slip is greater than 1, so this is the another region where your motor goes to the stopping region, that is the braking region. So that's how the three regions will be categorized. Okay, so already we have seen the motoring region. So what has happened when the motor has been started and while running as an induction motor. So if you say this is a wave graph, okay, so generally when the motor, it is at the starting the standstill condition, so at that time we can see your slip S is equal to 0. So when slip S is equal to 0, your motor will be at the standstill, your synchronous speed slip will be equal to ns by ns, so it will be 0. So once the motor has been started, so slowly the slip will be increased to some level. So as the load increases on the motor, the slip also starts increasing. So we can see the graph, the slip starts increasing and it reaches to the maximum torque. So when it will be maximum, so what was the condition? So when was the slip maximum or the torque will be maximum? So generally your rotor resistance and rotor reactance comes into consideration. That is the ratio of rotor resistance to the rotor reactance. So and still further, if the load of the induction motor exceeds beyond its limit, then the graph starts reducing. Okay, so in case of motoring mode, the motor always rotates just below its synchronous speed. Okay, so that's what the motoring operation. So generally the slip will be moving from 0 to 1. So here you can see the slip is equal to 1, and here the slip is equal to 0. So that is the condition will be 0 less than S less than 1. During this period, your induction motor will be running as a induction motor. This will be in the motoring region. So simultaneously, if you go for the generating region, so when the induction motor works as a induction generator, when your slip becomes the negative. So if you see the slip here, it is decreasing, so which is opposite to the motoring operation. So during this, your synchronous speed is less than your actual speed. Okay, so the actual speed of the motor will be greater than the synchronous speed. So at that condition, the slip will be negative. So then the torque and slip both will be having the negative region. So the motor receives the mechanical energy and converts it to electrical energy. So during the generating operation. So in this operation, we'll call the other name called as the induction generator. The name for this condition will be called as the induction generator. So what is the slip condition? So it will be less than or negative value or less than 0. So generally it will be 2 times of ns when it reaches to this particular condition. So this is with respect to the generating region. So when I go for the braking region, so generally the slip will be greater than 1. So when slip is greater than 1, so what will happen? So generally your torque starts moving towards the left side. So that means the motor will start stopping at this particular stage. So when it is greater than 1, when the slip is greater than 1. So when the motor starts stopping, so generally the polarity of the supply has to be removed from the supply, or else the reverse direction will take place. So which will be leading to short circuit, or the stator may be in trouble. So that's why as soon as the braking operation takes place, the supply has to be disconnected. So that means the kinetic energy, whatever it has been stored in the revolving, so that dispatches the heat. So when that comes into consideration, so which develops enormous heat energy. So due to that, the supply has to be removed as soon as it goes to the braking region. So this is how the motor generating and braking region will be taken into consideration. So we can see the explanation here. So just you can go through the explanation with respect to motoring region, braking region. Okay, so now let us go for solving some numerical. So do you have calculator next to you? Do you have the calculator?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just you note down this numerical. So assume stator to rotor ratio as 2:1. Okay, so here it is a 3-phase induction motor supplying 400 volts, 50 hertz with 4 poles. So the stator is star connected, and rotor resistance and reactance is 0.1 ohms. There is R2 is 0.1 ohms and X2 is 1 ohms. So generally, whatever the data he is specifying here with respect to rotor resistance and reactance, it is with respect
We are
to
not able to see the screen, sir.
you are not able to see the screen. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Now,
No, sir.
Now also it is not visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Visible, sir. Now it.
Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is the problem statement. So a three-phase 400 volts. So whatever the voltage is giving, it's a line voltage. Okay. And frequency is 50 hertz, 4 poles. Induction motor has star connected stator winding. So stator is star connected. So this is more important whether it is connected in star or delta. Okay. And next, the rotor resistance and reactance are 0.1 ohms and 1 ohms. So here, be careful. The rotor resistance and reactance, whatever he is giving, it is in the standstill condition. Okay, not during the running condition. So don't take X2R as 1 ohm. Okay, if you take that X2R is equal to 1 ohm, then it will be wrong. So whatever the value is giving only with respect to the standstill condition. Full load speed is 1440 RPM. So calculate the torque developed on full load by the motor. So we have to calculate the torque. So assume stator to rotor ratio as 2:1. So this is nothing but stator to rotor ratio. So we know the value of K. So what is K? K is equal to E2 by E1. So that is the, pardon? Pardon? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So assuming stator to rotor ratio as 2:1. So which is nothing but the stator voltage is E1 and the rotor voltage is E2. So that we will be representing the transformation ratio as K. So K is equal to E2 by E1. So E2 by E1. E2 by E1.
1 divided by 2, sir.
1 divided by 2. Okay. So this is the data which is being given. So now go for torque equation. So what is the torque equation? So T is equal to 3 by 2 pi ns into S into E2 square R2 divided by R2 square plus S into X2 whole square. So that's the torque equation. So that just I'll go here. Okay, so this is the torque equation. So if you see this slide, can you see this slide? Excuse me, can you see this slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Torque equation T is equal to 3 divided by 2 pi ns S into E2 square into R2 square divided by R2 square plus S into X2 whole square. So now here we don't know what is ns. So that is small ns. So we have to calculate what is capital ns. So what is capital ns? Ns is equal to
120 F by P.
120 F by
Yeah. So if you calculate that, what is ns? 1500 RPM will be getting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now small ns will be equal to capital ns, that is 1500 divided by 60. So it will be in terms of RPS.
25.
Yeah, 25 RPS. Okay. So next, this is one condition we have found.
25, sir.
Yeah, 25 RPS. You'll be getting 25 RPS. So small ns will be equal to 25 RPS. So next, this is not a capital ns, it is small ns. Next, find slip. So what is slip? Slip is equal to
NS minus N by NS.
N by N.
divided by ns.
0.04, sir.
Yes. So that is
0.04.
0.04 is your slip. So if I go in terms of percentage slip, it will be 4%.
4%.
Okay. So that is the slip. So next, what is the unknown parameter there? So E2 is required, right?
Yes, sir.
So to find E2, so we have to find what is the line voltage. So E1 is equal to line voltage as given as 400.
400 by 1.
So E1 phase will be equal to 400 by root 3.
230.9.
230.94.
E1 is equal to 400
230.94.
root of 3. So you'll be getting around
230.94.
230.94 volts. Okay. So now you take the ratio, that is E2 by E1, which is equal to
0.5.
K, that is 0.5. So now multiply that 0.5 with respect to E1. So you'll be get E2.
115.47.
So 115.47 volts is your secondary, that is the rotor induced EMF.
E2.
That is E2. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So now substitute in the torque equation. So you know R2 value, that is 0.1 ohms. So you know slip, you know X2. X2 is equal to 1 ohm. So substitute all the values in torque equation and find what is the torque.
$87.8.
Yes. So your torque will be equal to 87.81
81.
Newton meter. So that's the torque you'll be getting. Any doubts? Any doubts with respect to this?
No, sir.
Okay, so let us go for next numerical. So 400 volts, 4 poles, 3 phase, 50 hertz. Induction motor has rotor resistance. Rotor resistance has 0.01 ohms and X2 has 0.1 ohm. So find the starting torque. Find first one, starting torque. Second, find the maximum torque. Next, third, full load torque. So torque at full load. Fourth, okay, so only 3. So slip is giving us So S is equal to 4%. So ratio of stator to rotor turns as 4. Ratio of stator to rotor turns as 4. So this is the data what is been giving. So now can you able to find the unknown values? So just first you represent the torque equation directly. So don't worry regarding the maximum torque, full load torque, anything. So first you write the torque equation. So which is equal to 3 by 2 pi ns into s into e2 square into r2 divided by r2 square plus s into x2 whole square. Right? Have you done? Can you able to see the data? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you solving? Are you solving or do you want me to tell the formulas?
Solving, sir.
Okay. So what is the synchronous speed you are getting?
1500.
Okay, so 1500 RPM. So what is the ratio E2 by E1?
1 divided by 4.
1 divided by 4.
0.25.
0.25. Fine. So again, E1 since it is 400 volts, E1 since it is 400 volts, so it is 230.94 volts. Voltage.
So it is star connected.
Yes, it is star connected. Say always, whenever we go for an induction motor, unless and until if we mentions as delta, so it will be a star connected network. Always, every time it is a star connected network only. It's not a delta connected. So what is the value of E2? 57.
7.73.
7.735 volts.
7.73 volts. Next, what is the starting torque? So during starting, what is the slip?
1.
The slip will be equal to 1. So just you represent S is equal to 1 and substitute rest of the other values in the torque equation and find what is starting torque.
Sir, why S will be 1 initially?
During starting, your speed will be 0, right?
Yes, sir.
It will be at the standstill condition.
Okay, so NS by NS is 1. Okay.
So ns minus 0 divided by ns. So ns by ns is 1.
1. Yes.
So what is the starting torque?
62.99.
62, yes, sir.
62.99. So approximately you can take it as 63 Newton meters. Next, to find the maximum torque. So we have to find what is the maximum slip, right? So what is the maximum slip? R2 by X2.
0.1, sir.
Yeah. So maximum slip is 0.1 and percentage of maximum slip is
10%.
10%. Okay. So generally,
Sir, 10%, sir, here.
yes, it's a 10%. So generally, if you see, so slip will not go more than 1 or not more than 10. In terms of percentage, it will not go more than 10%. Okay. So if it goes more than that, then your braking operation comes into consideration. Suppose if your slip comes negative, then it will be working as a generator. So see that your slip will not cross more than 10% in terms of percentage, or in terms of fractional slip, it will be less than 1. Next, what is the maximum torque?
6.3 Newton meter.
6.3
Newton meter.
meter. So you're considering Tm is equal to S into E2 square by 2 into X2, right? What is the formula for maximum torque you're considering?
Plus 318.
Pardon?
318 Newton meter. 318, sir.
318.17 Newton meter.
We should not consider the same old formula, sir.
Which one?
That,
For maximum torque, we have derived, right? So you have to consider the same torque equation. You have to differentiate with respect to slip. There is a condition for maximum torque. To get the maximum torque condition, you will be differentiating. So once if you differentiate, you'll be getting this slip maximum slip formula as R2 by X2. And then if you substitute this value in your torque equation, so then your torque equation will be K into E, that is S into E2 square divided by 2 into X2 you'll be getting. Right? So in yesterday, just a minute. There is a PDF file. Is it right? What is the formula for that? We have considered.
Sir, K into E2 square by 2x2.
K into E2 square by
2x2.
2x2. So that's the formula for maximum torque. So K into E2 square divided by 2 into X2. So then what is the maximum torque value?
318.17.
318.16 Newton meter. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now with respect to this, so what will be your speed at maximum torque? Can you able to find? What is the speed during the maximum torque? Same formula. S is equal to Ns minus N divided by Ns. Only the thing
650 RPM.
1000.
650 RPM.
No. If it is 1600 means it is it will be working as a generator. So slip at the maximum you have to S is equal to NS minus N divided by NS. So here S will be considering the maximum slip value. So what is the maximum slip value? It is 0.1.
10%.
So don't consider the percentage. Go for fraction.
1350, sir.
1350 RPM. Yes,
So
in place of S, you substitute SM, that is 0.1. Then you calculate what is N. So N will be equal to 1350 RPM. So 1350 RPM. Next, what is the full load torque? So full load torque, the slip is 4%, right?
Yes,
For full
sir.
load torque, slip is 4%. So substitute S is equal to 0.04, not 4. Substitute S at full load as 0.04. And rest of the formula remains same. So 3 by 2 pi NS. NS is equal to 1500 divided by 60. It is 25 RPS. And SF is 4%, that is 0.04. E2 square, same value 57.7. And R2 is 0.01. And X2 is 0.1.
219.5, sir.
219.53
53.
Newton meter. So this is regarding the torque numericals. Do you have any doubts with respect to this? Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So just you take down this data and try from your side. Shall I read the data?
Yes, sir.
Just I'll give you the given data. That means only the required values I'll give. The rest of the other things you find out. Okay. So 24 poles. P is equal to 24. Frequency 50 Hertz. Voltage 3200 volts. 3200 volts. Rotor resistance 0.016 ohms. 0.016 ohms. Reactance 0.27 ohms. Speed 247 RPM. Speed 247 RPM. Stator to rotor turns ratio. Stator rotor turns ratio 4:1. So calculate starting torque, maximum torque, and full load torque.
What is voltage, sir?
3200, 3200 volts. Slip at full load 3%. slip putt, full load, 3%. So solve this and upload in the Google Drive. And whatever the assignment, is it ready for the first internals in the class I have told regarding the 3 points? If it is ready, please upload in the Google Classroom. So please inform others. Only 29 members have joined in the Google class. Okay, so rest of them, they have not joined. So please tell them to submit the first assignment in the Google Classroom and this numerical. So whatever the numerical I told, so this numerical. If you have any doubts, just message me, WhatsApp. So I'll give you if any missing data, or you can assume. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'll end this session for today's class. Okay. So thank you. So once again, we'll see it on Monday. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.